Nimajapol, an internet rabbit hole Nick Crowley 6 fucking hours ago, bro. Let's lock in, dude. I feel like I need my water, bro. Shit. I hate it when he do stuff like this, though.
Missing persons report. 18-year-old Jesse Giovanni Nimajapol was reported as missing to the Denison Police Department. He was last seen on July 14th, 2017, in the city of Denison, Iowa, and his disappearance is considered involuntary.
2017. Bro, why does he always
This
have
report was created on New Year's Day 2020 on the website NamUs, a platform designed to help resolve missing, unidentified, and unclaimed persons cases nationwide, with the hope being that someone out there, anyone, might know what happened to this man. It wasn't the first mention of Jesse's case in the
He went missing in 2017 and he got put on an app in 2020.
online world. Despite being an incredibly obscure mystery, several sources had brought attention to his disappearance in the past, one of which being the official state website of Iowa. Though each had gone without resolution, and they all shared a distinct similarity, they were almost entirely void of context. There was essentially no information about who Jesse was and what led up to his disappearance, aside from the mere mention that it was believed to have been involuntary, meaning law enforcement assumes he was kidnapped or perhaps even killed.
Okay.
It's a missing persons case that admittedly comes across as hardly noteworthy, as the lack of information leaves us with seemingly no story to tell. But this is only on the surface. As years after this report was made, a Redditor began to peel back the layers of Jesse's case, which eventually led them to his various social media accounts. And
wait, okay, can we take a time out real quick? Yo, I'm gonna click this button one time for one time. Yo, let me make sure. I gotta check my closet and everything. I'm so serious too, bro. Like, yo, I don't like the fact that I just can't see shit, bro. Like, bro, you feel me? Like, you never know, bro. You never know, bro. You never know, bro. And no disrespect to Jesse Nimajapol, bro. No disrespect, bro.
in turn, a slew of depraved and unexplainable content that morphed this case from a seemingly standard disappearance into one of the strangest internet mysteries in recent memory. This is the disturbing story of Jesse Nimajapol and the internet rabbit hole he left behind.
He was a YouTuber? Bro, I don't think y'all get, like... Bro, the only light is coming from here, and I can see my reflection through my monitor. That's the only way I can see behind me, bro. And I have both my... Let's crack it. Let's go one headphone. Just in case, bro. Where's my little friend at?
We will return after these messages.
I don't know what my little friend is.
There's always that one user, the one who shares an intriguing mystery only to disappear mid-thread, leaving you with countless unanswered questions, which makes it feel like you can now never solve this mystery. Weirdly, I used to feel that way about healthcare. Like I was just guessing my way through the system. No idea who to call, no idea what doctor I needed, or
Hold on, let me make sure I got my little friend with me, you feel me? I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is, I'll just drop it.
if they'd even take my insurance. It really felt like I was navigating a mystery with no hope of resolution. Ended up going without process, just felt away all the confusion. Helps you find guilty. Found out about need one. May have instantly booked. Part is you don't doc. Thanks again.
Yeah, back to Jesse Nimajapol.
Although Jesse Nimajapol's disappearance garnered very little public attention, there were a select few who wanted to know more, as despite there being a glaring lack of context within these reports, there were several things that stood out as unusual.
Okay.
Within the nicknames and known aliases section, there were 3 names listed: Juan Carlos Samay Nimaja, Daryl Jamal Brown, and Reynaldo Alterio Colon,
Those are 3 completely different fucking names.
was a surprisingly high number of aliases for someone just 18 years old. And on the topic of his age, something about this felt off.
Switching my waters, bro.
He appeared older than 18, with his face looking like that of
Way older, bro. I was finna say that, but I didn't want to be too disrespectful, gang.
a full-grown adult rather than a teenager. This combination
I know you like damn, bro, how's that nigga mad far from his monitor? He's still pausing on some bullshit. Like, yo, nigga, I know, bro.
Strange factors inspired Reddit user Tawny Frogmouth to dig deeper, leading to the discovery that despite there being very little information about Jesse in the public reporting, there were other traces of him across the internet, with Jesse himself being fairly active across social media, including having his own channel right here on YouTube.
He got a mini hoop back here too, bro. This seemed like a cool dude, man.
The account was simply named Jesse Nimajapol and showed the 18-year-old performing various songs and dances in his native language of Spanish.
Bro, he's in here doing karaoke, bruh.
These uploads were met with hardly any viewership, as Jesse certainly wasn't a well-known performer, despite dubbing himself as the voice of Central America in his descriptions, which is where Jesse was likely born before immigrating to the US and settling down to go to school or work in Denison, Iowa, which actually isn't as uncommon as it may seem thanks to their large-scale meat processing industry. And while posting videos of yourself singing and dancing is nothing out of the ordinary for a teenager, there were some peculiar details that stood out when looking through Jesse's content, with the first being his appearance. Much like his missing persons photo, he doesn't really look like a teenager, as on the rare occasion where he shows his full face, you can tell he looks quite old for his age. Though it's difficult to say for sure, the quality of these videos is extremely poor, and he's almost always wearing large, brightly colored sunglasses that cover much of his face. But these sunglasses and the outfits he wore only drew more skepticism.
He's trying to say he cosplaying? What?
As despite looking older, he dresses in a way that almost makes it seem like he's trying to appear younger, like this is what an older person might think a teen would wear. But we'll come back to this later, as this was far from the strangest detail.
Okay, so if he went missing 2017, that means all this is pre-2017. So he got what? He got I seen the little rainbow looms on his wrist.
On the channel. It's easy to like this is what an older person might think a teen would wear. But we'll come back to this later, as this was far from the strangest detail found on the channel.
I mean, maybe?
It's easy to overlook at first, but once you notice it, it changes the entire perspective of this case. As when you look at the date in which these videos were uploaded, every single one of them was posted in 2018, the year after Jesse was last seen. It makes no sense and poses two questions. Are we sure this account actually belongs to Jesse? Well, despite having the same name and appearing like the same person, his videos also shared crudely edited slideshows that displayed pictures while he sang. And in one of these images, we see Jesse dressed in the same exact outfit in the same exact location as his missing persons photo. This is certainly him, or at least videos of him, prompting the second major question. Could this be someone using older clips of Jesse? It seems possible at first, but these videos were all posted as if they were from Jesse's perspective, who again had no semblance of a career in entertainment. And it's not like they were being shared to help promote search efforts for him, as there's not a single mention of him being missing throughout any of the uploads. And the further we go down this rabbit hole, the more unlikely this whole train of thought becomes, which you'll soon start to realize, leaving us with one bizarre truth.
Hey, that nigga was killing that shit though, I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? Like,
that Jesse was the one posting these videos, and he was doing so while being a missing man.
So is he fake? Does that count as faking your death? Yo, does that count as faking your death? It has to, right? That's a whole different charge. That gotta be a whole different charge, ain't it? Because that wouldn't be faking her death. Well, I guess he's not faking that he's dead. He's faking that he's not. What is he faking, bro? He's faking that he's missing? Maybe he's trying to evade something, bro.
Is presumed to have been kidnapped or killed. In fact, even to this day, his listing remains active, yet here he is dancing and singing like nothing ever happened. It's clear that cracks were beginning to form, and nothing about this case was what it seemed. And this wasn't even the final discovery to come from Jesse's YouTube channel, with the next taking us down a new and far more unsettling path.
Yo, chill, gang.
As mentioned previously, Jesse would often include slideshows edited over his songs, with these photographs sometimes depicting himself, but more often than not, they actually showed other people, and specifically, other young boys.
Oh my god, this nigga's a fucking freak. Yo, this nigga needs to get put down. Wait, what, bro? Yo, this nigga needs to get fucking put down, dude. Bro, I was just hyping this nigga up. Bro. Oh my god, this is like another Smart Schoolboy 9. Except like, wait, why is he saying that he's missing though?
His channel is filled with images of children who appear to be preteens or even younger, with these accounting for the vast majority of the pictures he shared, including his very own profile photo, which shows a child sitting on the steps of a swimming pool. Strangely, none of these children look anything like Jesse, and they clearly aren't him at a younger age. And also, he's not featured in any of them, with it appearing highly unlikely that these are his own children. Instead, they appear to have been taken from various children's social media pages, while some seem to—
that shit is so weird, bro. Bro, this shit is so fucking weird. Yo, holy fuck. It's like, bro, it hurts my brain sometimes thinking that, like, there's actually people out here that's exactly like this nigga, dude. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Be more candid, perhaps even being taken by Jesse himself, who included them in these videos for unknown reasons, almost as if he was infatuated by them. And the further you follow his online trail, the more unsettling this all becomes.
Bro, like, parents that don't post, like, their kids on social media and shit, I don't even fucking blame them, because there's so many weird ass niggas like this, bro. And the thing is, you would never fucking know, dude. Like, that's the craziest part, is you would never fucking know. What? Why did my phone just go off? Hold on, I'm trying to make sure. No, nigga, not that one. I'm trying to make sure shit. I'm trying to make sure I'm good, nigga. I ain't get that shit. Niggas ain't coming for me. But nah, like, it's so, bro, it's fucking insane, dude. Like, you would think all that shit would have been like figured out, or would have like been stopped, because we're so far ahead when it comes to like internet shit. But like, it's still a problem, gang.
Along with his YouTube channel, Jesse also appeared to have been somewhat active on Twitter, where he created an account back in April of 2018, with all of his posts coming nearly a full year after he was last seen in Denison, Iowa. Here, Jesse shares another video of him singing, along with a selfie which gives us a better look at his face.
Holy
a
fuck,
face that again seems to—
Holy fuck, that nigga is not 18. Bro, ill?
show an adult.
This nigga looks like Charles Oliveira.
And interestingly, on this account, Jesse does admit that his age isn't actually 18, though this admission only makes things more unusual. I am a boy model and dancer-singer. I am 13 years old. This was written in his bio, and taken even further in an image he shared which depicted a young boy, with Jesse writing, "My new photo, I am handsome." For whatever reason, after his disappearance, Jesse was online pretending to be a child, and digging a bit deeper, this strange behavior was nothing new. As mentioned earlier, Jesse was a man with many aliases, with 3 being included in his missing persons report. But this was only the tip of the iceberg, as online he went by a slew of different names.
Why the fuck does he have three completely different names, bro? And one of them was Jamal, gang. Yo, one of them was fucking Jamal.
Which would be later uncovered, as in virtually all of them, he included his last name, Nimajapol.
What in the Smart Schoolboy 9?
It turns out this name is incredibly uncommon, as when searched online, most of the results lead to pages connected to Jesse, which operated before his disappearance, with one of the most common first names he used being Adexi. Shortly before the time he went missing, Jesse started an account on LinkedIn under that
Adexi, Nau, Giovanni, yo, he's just saying bullshit, bro. Holy fuck. Gang. How the fuck did you come up with that, nigga?
Same alias, which included the same last name and middle name as those initial reports. And on that page, he wrote under his job title, "I am a child, my parents support me." while in the education section,
Ew.
he claimed to be a 4th grader, studying at an elementary school. And on this account, he featured just one post, which again showed a random child that he again claimed to be.
8
This
years
behavior is
ago?
prevalent all throughout Jesse's online trail.
Fuck no. Whoa. Nigga, that's just say 8 years ago.
Again claimed to be.
Bro, that nigga has been doing this shit.
This behavior is prevalent all throughout Jesse's online trail, as account after account shows evidence of him posing as a child, either by outright stating to be, or by using children in his profile pictures, as well as throughout his videos. It's not hard to see why this is shaping into a massive red flag, but it all leads to perhaps the most important question of all. Why? Well, though his motivations are never outright stated, there are some clear themes throughout his content that point towards one obvious yet sinister intention.
Nigga look like Neon.
Jesse's content is unusual, this we already know,
Yes.
but there's a whole other side to it that we have yet to discuss, as many of Jesse's accounts feature
I don't know why that shit just made me laugh. There's nothing funny about this picture.
overtly sexual posts.
Bruh.
These will often come in the form of strange videos and images showing Jesse doing erotic dances and poses, including very intentionally showing off his groin area, as well as his own nude images with his hand covering his genitals.
Dude.
His content is straight up pornographic in nature, which is highly disturbing as it's often placed aside images of children, and on
Yo, you know what I think we need to do, bro? Honestly, bro. Let me know if y'all is with me, bro. I think, to be honest, bro, with niggas like this, I think we just need to start, I think we need to start torturing niggas, bro, to be honest. Like, I think that might be a hot take, bro, but I think niggas like this dude, bro, deserves to, I don't know, maybe like a gauntlet. And it kind of sound funny, but I'm kind of being dead ass, though. Like, I think maybe we need to get these niggas in custody, right? Put them in a ring and just match them up with niggas against their weight classes. Like, this nigga right here is obviously like a flyweight. We can tell he might even be strawweight. But if we throw a bunch of like light heavyweights in there, we might just get a bunch of UFC fighters and just feed them to him, bro. Alex Pereira go in, boom, he come out. Jamal Hill go in, boom, he come out. Just random fighters, and they just fuck this nigga up. This is his punishment, bro. If we sent this dude to 20 years of that every single day, and not even just this nigga, bro. Any other nigga that think it's like that's in his ring. Cause I think we have there's plenty of fighters to go around. You feel me?
accounts where Jesse is claiming to be a child. It's all a recipe for disaster.
And like, what do these niggas friend groups be thinking, bro? Like, does nobody ever see none of these pictures, bro? What the fuck? Nigga, what are you doing, gang? He gonna post on his Instagram story him like these. Gang, what the fuck? Like, bro, what are you doing, nigga?
And is extremely reminiscent to
Yo, chill. This is my shorts, bro. Hold on, wait. And before y'all do that, bro, like, chill. These is literally my shorts, bro. Like, watch out, bro. This is Wild with Dooley, bro. Like, I didn't piss myself today. I did not piss myself today. Oh my God, there he is.
other cases we've covered in the past involving internet predators. And we haven't even got to Jesse's most damning account of all. Back in 2017, Jesse operated yet another YouTube channel under his Adexi alias.
Pause, by the way.
And its profile image is enough to indicate just how disturbed this page would be, as it shows a boy wearing only a small swimsuit and nothing else, which is a reoccurring theme on this page, as Jesse again shows images of little boys, only this time most of them are shirtless.
Bro,
with
why
many
did none of these accounts get like flagged, bro? Like, is that not a red flag? Nobody, not even a little kid will put that as their profile picture, bro. Like, that has to be a fucked up nigga.
dressed only in a swimsuit or their underwear, and in overtly sexual positions. Along with this, Jesse has images of himself mixed in, where he appears to be completely naked, dressed only in his boyish sunglasses. Now on his Jesse Nimajapol channel, I mentioned that he almost appeared to be trying to look younger, and when I was sifting through these videos, I realized that he dressed extremely similarly to many of the children he shows in his photos, like he's trying to copy their look, and pass himself off as one of these kids, despite
Yo, remember when I said no disrespect, bro? Yo, all disrespect, bro. I'd literally piss and spit in this nigga's face.
him obviously being much older.
Maybe not piss. That might be up his ass. Maybe not spit it. I slapped the nigga is what I'm saying in GTA. I don't. I'll take both of those completely back, bro. That might be down. I don't know. I don't know how you.
But he takes this even further, as his images are edited to remove any wrinkles or blemishes from his face to give him a more youthful appearance. And he didn't stop there, as he would also show off pictures of various toys, wear shirts made for little kids, and even wore his own backpack. He also has some images that he printed out himself and propped up next to stuffed animals, Legos, and various other children's toys.
Bro.
Which for some reason is just so particularly haunting.
This is like somebody's kid, bro.
To me.
And they probably don't even know that. Like they probably had a good ass day today, my nigga. They ate spaghetti at family dinner tonight, gang.
It's a clear interest or obsession with these children. Bizarre doesn't even begin to describe it. And missing persons case aside, Jesse Nimajapol was pretending to be a child online, and he had been doing it for years. And given that his content is blatantly sexual, it's clear that this is all some sort of fetish. A fetish that involves children, as not only does he share these suggestive images of kids, along with nude photos of himself, but he's also added various edits to some of the photographs that show off his obvious lust for these kids.
Bro, ew, dude. Me video. Love is what? Love is priceless? What gang did he just throw up? What does he do for a 9 to 5? Like, niggas like this can't just survive just not doing shit, just fucking unemployed, bro. He has to go into some type of work, bro. They like there has to be some type of rumor or something, bro, that goes around like yo, that you know the Jesse nigga, yo, that nigga is weird as fuck. Like, have y'all ever noticed that shit? There has to be something going on in his work. You know, I don't know what Dairy Queen that nigga work at, bro, but they're like, we gotta have a team meeting.
As some appear to have been edited to add hearts and various phrases about love, with one even featuring the phrase, "I love you." There's also this strange pattern in this content, one that indicates what may be a portion of Jesse's fetish, as Jesse shares many images of himself with his mouth open and contorted in various unusual positions. While he also has
Yo, can we not call me ugly while there's a predator literally right here? Yo, what's going on, liar? Yo, I literally told y'all, bro, like, it's niggas like this is so crazy, bro. I told y'all my experience when I was working with one, bro. It was literally high school, bro. We's all working. We's all work. It's like this little gas station, bro. We all working, gang. We chilling. I'm probably like sophomore. My rest of my homies, I had 2 other homies, sophomore, high school. There's a nigga we're working with that's like 35, bro. A chick go in that we all know. This nigga talking about some shit. I mean, hey, to be honest, if she's 16, 17, shoot. I mean, that ain't that far off. What the fuck, nigga? I said, whoa. And he was dead ass, too. We looked at the nigga like, oh, all right. And nigga, he was like, yeah, shit. I mean, like, shit, why not?
several photos.
Why not? What type of shot is that, nigga? No.
That are cropped to
nigga
show.
Thought he was Chris Smooth talking about some why not let it fly. Like, no, nigga.
Only images of the children's lips. It's of himself that indicates what may be a portion of Jesse's fetish, as Jesse shares many images of himself with his mouth open and contorted in various unusual positions.
That's that smart schoolboy 9 shit, bro.
While he also has several photos that are cropped to show only images of the children's lips. It's haunting, with the worst example being an image that shows Jesse's own lips alongside someone else. Both of their faces are cropped out, so it's impossible to say who this is, but they look fairly young. This poses a chilling theory. Was Jesse pretending to be a child in order to get closer to other children and potentially groom them? And could this be one of his victims? It's definitely a realistic possibility just based on his content, but the scariest part is that this likely wasn't just being done in the online world.
Wait, so why is he missing? Yo, Nightbot, stop saying you feeling frisky right now, bro. Like, now is not the fucking time, dude.
Report saying so. Jesse clearly seems to be older than 18, and given that he's gone by so many different fake names in the past,
Daryl Jamal Brown is what the fuck I'm supposed to believe that this. I'm supposed to believe that nigga's birth given name is Daryl Jamal Brown, bro. Be so fucking for real. Niggas between 130 to 135 fucking pounds. 5'5". Holy shit, he's built like Mighty Mouse.
Past, and he has a history of lying about his age and pretending to be younger. It's very likely that Jesse Nimajapol never even existed and was instead just a persona created in order for him to pose as a child.
So who's the real?
And interestingly,
Wait,
if you look under his playlist on the Adexi account, you can find a
Nightbot got SMTH going on.
Bro. So if that nigga was never a fucking person, who are niggas looking for then,
video
bro?
which features 500 of the most common boy names. Adexi account, him to pose as a child. And interestingly, if you look under his playlist on the Adexi account, you can find a saved video which features 500 of the most common boy names, which he likely used to help create his aliases. And not only was the name Jesse featured within the video, but it's literally shown on the thumbnail. Jesse Nimajapol was almost certainly—
Holy shit, he's between 110 to 135. Holy shit. Yo, this nigga is literally petite, bruh.
never real. This was all just some sort of manufactured identity, or perhaps one that was even stolen. But it worked so well that somehow the actual government believed it. Which makes me wonder, was Jesse living a full life as a fake child in Denison, Iowa? Was he interacting with other kids, and perhaps even going to school? I mean, he was clearly known in the community well enough to be—
No fucking way that he's gonna let that. No, hell no, that freak ass nigga not going to motherfucking school, bro. Bro, watch out, bro. All it take is one parent teacher conference, bro. All it take is one assembly. So for everybody to sit down and you can go, that nigga right there is a fucking phony, bro. No, nigga. Watch out, dude. Like you do not belong, bro.
reported missing. And isn't it quite the coincidence that—
It's not like a needle in a haystack, bro. That's like what? I don't even know what that is, bro. That's
he just so happened to vanish at the age of
that's like a flagpole in a haystack, gang. I see you, bro.
18? Maybe he ran away because under that alias he was no longer a child, and he did so to start a new life elsewhere where he could further pose as a kid and engage in whatever disturbed behavior he was engaging in, which he clearly did online at least, as just a few months later he was posing as a child.
Soy on Chico. Okay, so this says 13 years. He is a boy. El Cantante. He is a boy named Jesse in 13 years. I just translated that for y'all. Don't worry. I got y'all, bro. Can I get a holy shit?
Holy shit.
Oh, wait. No, I actually think he translated this one. Wait, my bad.
On Twitter. Jesse's life in Iowa is one aspect of this mystery
That's a
that is
hot dog in
still
a bun.
unsolved, and the not knowing terrifies me the most. Who knows what he might have been doing there, and who knows
It's a fucking street light and grass, bro.
just how embedded in that
Like,
community
what are we even talking about, bro? Like, no way in hell he's going to school.
he actually was. Suspicious doesn't even begin to describe it. But if this isn't Jesse, then who is this man? Well, as it turns out, despite being considered missing by law enforcement,
A fucking pervert?
they might have already unknowingly found him.
What you mean they found him? They found him already?
On June 12, 2018, police would enter a home in Round Rock, Texas, where inside they would find and arrest its owner.
In Texas? Why he circling around Kansas, bro? Oh my god, they found him!
Nimajapol, a man who they had caught sharing CP to Instagram. It was the same unique last name, and that same adult face, with Pedro even being part of Jesse's aliases in the past. And all of Jesse's aforementioned accounts just so happened to go quiet right before his arrest. Meaning in all likelihood, 18-year-old Jesse Nimajapol was actually
Him.
Pedro Nimajapol, a 38-year-old man.
You old freaked out bastard.
And all
Yo,
the
this fucking nah, nigga. Don't try to nigga.
while
Hell
he was
nah.
missing and posting these disturbed videos, he was also collecting and trading CP behind the scenes, and his operation was massive. When police searched Pedro's home, they would find devices containing 604 images of CP,
God,
as well as
bruh.
37 videos, most of which showing boys between the ages of 6 to 10 years old. The same exact demographic as the children pictured on Jesse's channel, which brings up an unsettling theory about the true purpose of the content he posted.
Literally, like, literally a waste of fucking air, dude. Shit is so crazy. This is somebody's son, dude. That's the craziest part. Like, this is somebody's son, bro. Like, those are like, this is somebody's son. This is somebody's like bloodline right here. Imagine this shit, bro. Mama didn't held you for 9 months, birthed you, raised you, and then you come out and you're a fucking weirdo, bro. And then imagine like these kids, bro. Hopefully he didn't do nothing like in real life. But like imagine like these kids, bro, or like these kids' families, bro. You probably fucked them up for mad long, like for years, bro. To be honest.
Perhaps Jesse or...
Bro, I take a guess that a lot of these kids or like their parents don't even know.
Pedro, which will now be referring
like still, like a whole nigga got locked up for trading and collecting and like nigga, these is not baseball cards, bro.
to him as, was showing these images.
And you're 38. Go start a fucking, actually no, don't start a fucking family, nigga. Take that fucking back. Don't start a family, nigga. Yo, you're 30. Yo, you're literally 38, dude.
These videos as a way of promoting the CP.
I guess now the nigga can just rot in fucking jail. Like, bro, what?
He collected. To essentially was showing these images in his videos as a way of promoting the CP he collected. To essentially advertise the content he had without raising too much suspicion. With it being possible that the boys pictured in his videos were the same ones that he had illicit material of. And maybe the positions he showed himself in were indicators of what might have been shown in that material. And when someone wanted to obtain the media, the trades would then be funneled through his Instagram, where he would eventually be caught, as he shared many screenshots from that very same Instagram account within his videos, which clearly displayed his username. It's also possible that Jesse himself was pretending to be a child on these accounts in order to obtain this media directly from other children. It's a horrific possibility, but one that hasn't fully been proven, as to this day we don't have a definitive answer on why he was making these videos, and why he was posing as a minor online. But I think it's fair to say that it was likely to more easily obtain CP and to trick kids into sending it, as well as to collect and share it with other predators. And it brings me back to the question, what was Pedro doing in Iowa? How close did he actually get to the children there? But again, it's something that we just don't know. In fact, we haven't even received an official update on Jesse's missing persons case, which is bizarrely still active on NamUs to this day, and was only recently
That don't mean he out, dude.
removed from the Iowa State website, as it seems that for years they never put the pieces together that Jesse was actually Pedro. So to this day, the people that Pedro knew in Iowa might still believe that he was Jesse, and might still believe that he's missing. There's so much gray area with this missing persons case, but recently we were given some potential clarification by a fellow YouTuber, The Internet Investigator, who did a fantastic deep dive into this topic. And in her video, she explains that she got into contact with an anonymous source who had spoken with the Denison police about Jesse's case. And it was explained that officers were actually in the midst of investigating Jesse, or Pedro, when he disappeared, as they suspected that he had been collecting CP. And they supposedly went so far as to even interview him, before having to let him walk due to a lack of evidence, to which almost immediately after, he disappeared, leaving behind literally everything he owned.
They let that nigga walk? Is that what she just said?
Despite the timeline being suspicious, according to the source, Jesse had left in such an abrupt manner that the police officers genuinely believed that he had been killed, perhaps by someone who found out about his online perversions, and they never realized that the man they were looking for technically never even existed. We know now that this clearly isn't the case. In reality, Jesse likely took off for Texas, knowing law enforcement was on his trail, assumed a new identity there, and continued making these unexplained videos and continued trading CP. And while some of this explanation still leaves me with questions, this seems to be the only clarification we're going to get in regards to the missing persons report.
Bro, like what is even the purpose? Dude, why do you even, like, why is this nigga even, like, here, bro? Why is this nigga even here?
But the most important thing was that Jesse was behind bars, with his charges leaving him eligible for up to 10 years in prison, though his official sentencing was never included in any of the articles. Despite this, it felt—
Bro, why is this what you do? What? Look at this nigga.
Felt as though Pedro's predatory ways were now finally over.
Bro, you have one life, dude. This is how you're gonna be remembered forever, dude.
For the indefinite future, as even upon his release, he was set to be a registered sex offender for life, and would most likely have his internet closely monitored. But strangely, this isn't where our story ends.
Poxito. How is there more? Hey. Hey. Oh, I forgot it's this nigga dancing and shit. Never mind, bro. I'll take back my whole dance, bro. Yo, stop dancing, nigga.
The clips began
to crack your fucking jaw open, bitch ass boy.
Appearing on a YouTube channel called Puxito Chingon, and showed what was clearly Pedro
Literally
dancing
racist.
and singing as if nothing had ever happened. And to make matters more disturbing, the videos began appearing in April of 2020, not even 2 full years after his arrest. I couldn't even believe it at first.
Bro, he's
and
out?
Immediately I assumed that this was just someone reusing his old content. But when I dug a bit deeper into his sentencing, I realized that the timeline sadly checks out. In the end, Pedro Nimajapol was only ever convicted of 2 counts of CP possession, thanks to him taking a guilty plea deal. And ultimately, he only served 254 days in prison, and was released the following year on February 20th, 2019. Now all of this did
Bro, how does that nigga even get, how does he even, how does he get fucking,
carry with it the requirement that he register as a sex offender for life. But this only really matters when you're in the United States, and when you look at his captions, he claims to be in Guatemala.
where is Guatemala?
Which is where it's believed he
Yo, where is Guatemala and Puerto Rico?
was from initially, and where he appears to have returned to, likely as a result of being deported. And now that he's there, there's essentially nothing that law enforcement here in the United States can do to keep him in check, which he's taken full advantage of. As in those same captions where he claims to be in Guatemala, he also claims to be a child, and continues to dress like one. On this Puxito channel, he continued to refer to himself as Jesse, and continued to show more revealing images of
Nigga can't even fucking edit right.
children, with these ones being
Stupid ass nigga don't even know how to use fucking CapCut, bro. Holy shit.
even more perverse. And he also continues sharing revealing images of himself, with some outright showing him completely naked and exposed, showing off his uncensored genitals. Whatever system of CP trading or child grooming he was doing on his YouTube channels before, he's clearly still doing it, and he's only gotten more brazen. But as disheartening as this all is, there's something that makes this channel far more disturbing than the others, as throughout his accounts he shared countless images of random young boys. But on this page, it's clear he has a favorite.
Was that a mic? Abel. Warrior West. What's going on, my nigga? I'm gonna give you a holy shit just so I can lighten the mood. All right, back on topic. Yo, we're literally watching a child predator right now.
His name is Abel, and he appears to be a normal child around the age of 8 to 12. And throughout the Puxito channel,
Bro, whose kid is this, bro? Whose kid is this, dude?
Pedro shares his images more so than seemingly anyone else. But if you compare Abel to all of the other kids featured on his channels, Abel is the only one in which Pedro actually clarifies their connection, as according to Pedro, he and Abel are in a relationship. Jesse Namaja and Abel, united forever in a relationship. This sentence is spelled out.
These niggas ain't get this, bro. He must have went to the softest jail in fucking ever, bro. He must have went to the softest fucking jail ever, bro. How the fuck? How is he in jail for 250 days and he ain't get the motherfucking beats put on him, boy? They should have did that nigga like how they just did fucking Bully Mon down there, bro. They should have stomped that nigga the fuck out. How is he still? How, man? Look at this nigga. I'm moving my camera. Please look at this nigga in his face. Bruh, like, it's like, what do we even do?
Over and
this
over
nigga's literally balding.
again in one of Pedro's videos.
Yo, add him to the list. I want to fight Jack Doherty, Neon. Who else was on there? Ronnie 2K. This nigga, and I feel like there was somebody else on the list. I can't even remember it, bro. It grows by the day.
While in the background,
They probably did something else to beat him. Bro, that nigga was fucking with it, bro. Whatever they did to him, that nigga was fucking with it, bro. They should have been beating on dude.
numerous images
We
of
need to bring back bullying.
the child are shown in a relationship.
Like, what the fuck?
This sentence is spelled out over and over again in one of Pedro's videos, while in the background, numerous images of the child are shown,
Like, who's
including many in which Pedro has photoshopped their faces together, with more hearts and loving messages, with one even showing both of them together, shirtless. This, to me, confirms my worst fears about Pedro's online activity.
Dude.
Grooming is definitely a part of it. In fact, he even shares a screenshot from an Instagram account that he created after his arrest, which shows a story of his face along with text saying, Jesse Namaja, I am 16 years old.
Yo, you're literally 40, bro. You're literally 40, dude. You are literally 40, bro.
Putting the pieces together, it seems that Jesse used...
Yo, give it up. Your life is over. Yo, what the fuck is your name, bro? Jesse Guatemala in Najim. Yo, your life is fucking over. Is done for, dude. You wasted it, nigga. 38 years of life. You literally did nothing with your life, bro.
This Instagram...
Where does he work at, bro? Honestly, where do y'all think this nigga? I don't even know where can you even work at after being because he's a sex offender for life. So I imagine being a sex offender for life, bro. When he goes to apply for jobs, it's just all of it is knocked off, bro. All of it is completely like it's completely fucked. Like there's no way he worked at Spencer's or Five Below. I don't even know if they would pick that nigga up.
Account to lie about his age and get into contact with this child.
If that nigga's a free agent, bro, that nigga's like, he's like a forever free agent. Like that nigga's like Isaiah Thomas post like 2020 on some shit. You feel me? I don't even want to compare that nigga to Isaiah Thomas, bro. Cause this nigga like, look, kids, I can't even compare him to nobody. He's literally just him.
To his own words,
a fucking loser.
The two then disabled. Putting the pieces together, it seems that Jesse used this Instagram account to lie about his age and get into contact with this child, to which, according to his own words, the two then formed a quote-unquote relationship. It's a horrifying revelation, and one that I tried to explore further by looking into who this child actually was, but I found absolutely nothing. The name Abel is almost certainly an alias given to him by Pedro, as I could find no trace of this child anywhere online, with one exception, as when I searched his name here on YouTube, I made a highly disturbing discovery. On a channel simply named Alberto, there are multiple playlists titled Abel's full name, or at least the one that Pedro gave him, and in them, there are hundreds of videos of Abel. These uploads almost always show Abel dancing, often in an extremely sexually charged manner, with these uploads featuring disturbing titles like, I like you so much.
Nigga can't even fucking dance, bro. Hey, I want to tell you it's real dancing, bro. What you're doing is fucking jiggling, bro. You fucking suck.
And, what would you do if I told you my fantasies about you?
I'd uphold and blow your fucking neck off, bro. That's what the fuck I do, dude.
As well as captions like, check this out if what you want is tension. And of these videos, the worst examples have been put into their own separate playlist, which is titled, For Fans of the Sensual. I can't necessarily prove it, but I'm
Who are you even talking to, bro? Like, what fan? Is this a Pentagon?
convinced that this is the work of Pedro, and that this is all the result of his grooming, based on his blatant obsession and the use of this child's apparent alias. And it's very possible that these videos aren't just a result of his grooming, but this could very well be a glimpse into Pedro's CP trade. I mean, the way that the clips are sectioned off into that playlist, and the way that the captions are worded, it really sounds like he's promoting this, and promoting this as illicit material. And it's obvious that there was an outside interest, as these playlists have a combined 10,000 views.
What the fuck?
I just have a horrible feeling about this, and the most frustrating part to me is that following his arrest, Pedro was labeled as a low risk to reoffend, and the justice system let him go with a slap on the wrist. And because of—
Wait, what? There's risk levels? That's a thing? Wait, there's risk levels?
this, he was essentially allowed to—
I thought everybody was a fucking... What? What, nigga? What, nigga? Wait, what the fuck? Wait, since what? Has that always been a thing? There's always been risk levels? How's this nigga low? Shouldn't everybody be high?
to immediately go back to doing what he was doing before. And it's very possible that even to this day, Pedro is continuing this behavior. However, it's hard to say for sure, as immediately
Bro, how can you see a nigga that's selling pictures of kids and go, nah, he ain't gonna do that shit again? Nigga, what? I feel like everybody should be like, nah, like, watch that nigga, dude.
After posting this video in which he announced he and Abel's relationship, Pedro would once again disappear. Since then, there has been essentially no trace of him on the internet, with all of his accounts going silent and no new ones being discovered, which isn't too surprising, as while he was posting these videos on the Puxito channel, his story began gaining traction, thanks to the aforementioned Reddit post as well as others made on Facebook.
Okay.
People were starting to catch on to what he was doing, and in turn, he went completely dark. Some believe that he's hiding out in Guatemala living off the grid, while others believe that he's still making these videos and grooming children, and he's just gotten better at covering his tracks. I've even heard it theorized that Pedro might actually be dead, as his trail truly is that cold.
Boy, that nigga is not dead. No, y'all already did that shit. We already know that nigga is on the run, bro.
Though I was able to find one.
How the fuck, yo, he must travel with a Motorola or something, bro. Like, that nigga must have one of them ladybug phones, bro. Like, how can his shit just not be tracked, bro? How is this nigga just living under the radar like this?
One final trace of Pedro that contradicts this to some extent. According to court documents, Pedro had actually been arrested yet again around 2023, as despite being deported years prior, it appears as though he had somehow managed to re-enter the country before being subsequently caught,
that nigga jumped the border,
and sentenced for illegal re-entry following removal. However, these charges appear to have been dropped after a legal appeal made by Pedro and his lawyer. And what happened to Pedro from here is a complete mystery,
and that nigga was
taking
here.
us right back to the question that started it all. Where is this man? And given his knack for disappearing without a trace, and his ability to don new aliases without detection, the truth is that he could be anywhere right now, hiding among us. And I have no doubt that wherever he goes, his online perversions will follow.
Fuck it, suck. I give that nigga 2 thumbs down. The information shared in this video was reported to cybertip.org. Okay,
this is truly one of the
fast.
most convoluted and strangest cases that I've ever come across.
Why is the
and I feel like
ending
there's
clip
so
this
much about
dude
it that we
signing
still
to
don't
us?
know, or at least
Crying
fully
face
understand.
emoji.
Hopefully more of this information will come out in the future to clear up some of the confusion. And if it does, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated.
Hey, this nigga's a fucking weirdo. Yo, you'd be a wild boy to be hiding in the US during these times, boy. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's been getting fucking crazy, dude. So, what does that just add on, bro? Does that add on, bro? If ICE go pick up this nigga, honest question. If ICE go pick up this nigga, and then on top of that, he's a child predator, like, what do they do to dude? Does he just get mad time? Like, what happens, bro? Do they put the beats on that nigga? Hopefully somebody just put the beats on that nigga, bro.
So if he hiding in Kansas, what you doing to him?
I'm murdering him with my bare hands in GTA 5. Like, come on. Like, can we just fucking be honest, bro? Can we just be honest, bro? Yo, Nick Crowley, good video. This nigga's a fucking loser, but I'm still gonna give Nick Crowley a whole shit.